Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the tier 5 British battleship, the Iron Duke. Wait, Iron Duke? Shouldn't it be Duchess? Or something? Whatever, I suppose. So I haven't played the game for like 2 weeks or more than that even. So I apologize for being slightly rusty. Hopefully the fact that I'm in a British battleship will make up for it. So this is a match on the map, I don't actually know. I don't remember. It's a map that's really old, and I know it pretty much like the back of my hand, so I start going towards the western side of the map, because that's usually where the battleships fight. Especially since it's a low tier match, people usually do what the meta, so to say, says. That is, you know, they see other battleships going there, so they'll take their battleship over there. Unfortunately, because I'm in a British battleship, as you can see, it takes quite a while to get there. Well, I finally got there, and I can finally, properly try to shoot at the target, which is this Gneisenau. I tried to lead enough, hopefully that is enough, although as I fired, I remembered that I think British battleships had slightly slower shells, which, as we can see, might or might not be true, or it might just be that the Gneisenau is really that fast. I see some planes, I click on the planes, hopefully I'll get like a plane kill or two, and I will just try to get closer to them and just keep shooting HE at those battleships. Interesting to note that during the game I didn't actually quite realize that this was a tier 7 battle, even though, you know, I'm shooting at the Gneisenau. I didn't quite realize that I was at a tier disadvantage because, well, British battleships, I suppose. Oh, and 2 fires immediately. Well, immediately on the shot that actually hit. That's very nice. If I can get another one, that would be great. I slow down here because I don't want to go out there and give broadside to like half the enemy team. But I do want to keep moving, so I'll just keep going at 1/4 speed while shooting at the enemy. And actually I think it's a really good thing that I kept moving, because as we can see, there are torpedoes incoming from the Gede that just got taken out by our Fubuki. So I accelerate to try to dodge the torpedoes, and well, I got another fire on the Gneisenau. That one has to stick because she used her damage control party on the first 2. Next target is the Iron Duke, because the Gneisenau is already on fire. Well, or the Colorado, I suppose. The Colorado is actually better, I think, but I'm not 100% certain of this. Basically, the reason I don't want to shoot the Gneisenau is that, well, the Gneisenau has a fire already, so there's a lower chance that I will set the second fire. Or will set 2 fires. Whichever you want to pick. I start slowing down again because I would like to take a shot before I get behind the island, but the reload on these guns seems to take quite a while. I think I'll still be able to take the shot, yep, and now I'll just turn to not run aground, and I guess I'll start going towards them. Oh, and another fire on the Gneisenau. So the nice thing about the fires being this far apart is that the Gneisenau might have damage control party again, but now she's only with 1 fire. Unfortunately, the paths of this New York and I happened to be on the same trajectory at the same time, which meant that we ran into each other. He says sorry for some reason, but honestly, it's not really his fault. I wouldn't say that it's really my fault either, it's just an unfortunate thing. But it doesn't really matter because neither of us really suffered much from this. Gneisenau went down. Now I'll start turning in again, because it seems the opposing team is running away. Oh, and another fire. I have 18 shell hits. I have 6 fires. That's 1 fire per 3 shell hits. I think that seems rather high. I think I've got really lucky with the fire so far. Next target is gonna be the Congo. If you watched the well, I suppose you did watch the sped up version of the start of the video, you noticed that I turned my guns around to one side and then decided to turn them the other way, right? And that took actually quite a while. But with that in mind, here my thoughts are that, hey, if I were in a battleship that didn't take nearly as long to turn their guns, I would turn the other way. Like I would be going towards them. However, I would turn my ship around so that I would have to turn my guns around as well. That way I would be heading more towards the middle of the map. However, because I realized that it takes quite a while for the turrets to rotate, I decide to keep going on my current path, hoping that the enemy team retreats more towards the middle so that I can keep shooting them without having to turn my turrets around. Because, you know, I would probably lose like 2 shots on like 3 turrets, so that's quite a bit of potential damage. Oh wow, that's some perfect aim, Aerroon. You managed to not lead enough against the Colorado, against the Dreadnought. How? Just how? But somehow I managed to do so. So right now what I keep doing is I keep turning into them when the guns are reloading and then turning away enough so that my turrets all can fire. The reason is twofold. One, it makes me a really unappealing target for them, because if I, you know, I'm pointing my nose towards them, the British battleships in particular don't want to shoot me because of their massive horizontal dispersion. The other thing is that if I keep doing this, I'm not gonna run into the map edge eventually. Or it will take a lot longer for me to run into the map edge, which means that, you know, I can keep doing what I'm doing. I think I led a bit too much on this. I think he's playing with his acceleration, or throttle. Nevertheless, I still got the fire on the Congo. I'm at 7 fires with 31 shellheads. But actually I don't have that much damage done so far. Hopefully we'll be able to boost this. Teams wise, we are ahead by 1 ship. They have lost 5, we've lost 4. Also there are planes incoming apparently. But they are fighters for some reason. I don't know why they are getting into my AA range all the time. While my AA at this kind of range might not be the strongest, you know, eventually they will shoot some of them down. Okay, the Congo is burning. I'm not sure if there is worth in trying to shoot her again. Perhaps there is, to make sure that she actually gets taken out. Not to mention, I would have to turn my ship slightly more to shoot any of the other ships, so I guess it's worth it. But I think now her fate is sealed. Next target is gonna be the Colorado, since she is closer than the other ones, and she is the furthest ahead, which means that I don't have to quite aim as much. Oh, never mind. I thought I was switching to the Iron Duke for a moment there, but nope, it is the Colorado after all. I think I led too much here though. But perhaps not. I'll keep sailing towards them, although situational awareness in this current... Oh wow, 2 fires again, only in 4 shells as well. The situational awareness in this current, you know, position for me tells me that actually rushing them might not be the greatest idea. The only, I suppose, good factor is the fact that the enemies are low HP. The reason why it might not be the best idea is that the Nagata is quite far behind me, and she's the only ship that offers me any real support other than the Fubuki, I suppose. And you know, Fubuki is a destroyer, so she's not really gonna take much heat off of me. And since the Nagata doesn't seem to be coming in my direction, you know, I'm gonna get further and further away from my teammates. Then again, I mean, there's only 2 of them, so I should be able to take them out now. I think I might have aimed slightly too much to the side. But perhaps it's okay. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Got another fire, 13 fires in 50 shellheads. Sure feels nice to be lucky. Okay, I managed to somehow make her miss her shells. I think I aimed too much to the side again, but hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, a bit too much to the side. If I had aimed slightly less to... Oh, is that a Ranger? That's a Ranger. It's an aircraft carrier. Excellent. Now, the question is, do you fire HE or AP at the Ranger? The reason why I ask is because, from what I understand, even things like destroyers can citadel her with... so... Do I need to switch to AP to be able to citadel her? Well, I mean... I don't know the answer to that, so I want to find out with HE. Unfortunately, the salvo was, it wasn't even on point to be able to citadel her, so this one didn't tell me anything. Now, the threat with shooting the Ranger instead of finishing off the Iron Dukes is the fact that, well, I think the Iron Dukes pose a larger threat to me than the Ranger. However, Rangers are, well, the ships that everybody loves shooting because they're aircraft carriers. So I guess I'll trade some of my health for the Ranger. I think this salvo was still slightly too far ahead. I'm not gonna repair this single fire, I'll instead use a heal and wait for a second fire or a third fire before I use the damage control party. Well, I mean, we've set the Ranger on fire though, so if we can do it again, even if I don't citadel her, she won't be able to launch any planes. And there's a fire. So I guess I'll switch to the Iron Duke now. The Ranger might take a hit from the Fubiki Storms, but I can't really tell from this angle. It's not an easy thing to say. The reason why the Iron Dukes are a better target, obviously, is because I don't need to angle as much. I don't need to show them as much broadside. 2 fires, so I'll use damage control party here. Oh, and that Iron Duke went down. The Ranger is at 4000 health, still burning, so I expect her to be taken out here. I'm not gonna waste another salvo, although it might be a good idea to try to be more efficient. But I mean, the other Iron Duke is literally stationary, so this is gonna be the best shot I'll get on her. Ranger 200 HP, 102 HP, and she used damage control party. She survived at 102 HP, and now she managed to launch her planes as well. Damn, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, and the planes seem to be coming in my direction now as well. Which is even more unfortunate. I'll have to use my heal because my damage control party is on cooldown. That Iron Duke is reversing, I think, so I tried my best on the shot, but I think I should have aimed to the middle of the ship. Planes are coming. I already have a fire, so... Oh. Wow. 2 additional fires. I already had a fire, and now he got 2 additional fires. And this was an automatic drop, I believe, because the Ranger was already down. Yeah, I think actually this drop by the Ranger was luckier than her surviving at 102 HP. Well, whatever, I suppose. I'm at 6700 health. I'm being shot at by an Iron Duke. She's burning, so I think my plan here is to take one more shot and then turn behind the island. Although I think I won't survive this, because I think she'll be able to shoot in return once I fire my shells. So I'm already turning, maybe I'll get behind... No, never mind. Her shells are coming in return, so I'm dead. Oh well. I mean, it's fine, because she will burn down, and then there's only one enemy ship left. A cruiser. Versus 5 of ours. I even got a flesh wound. But I mean, I got Confederate with her high caliber this game. 141k damage. And the Cleveland is in the bottom right corner. I don't know what her Moss is doing. She seems to be going at like very little speed. But I have no real doubts that we will win this game because we still have an almost full health New York. We still have a Nagato that for some inexplicable reason is in the bottom left corner. And you know, it's a cruiser, not a battleship. Plus we have a moss, although I honestly don't know what that moss is doing. Weird. Well, regardless, I mean, this game is gonna end very, very soon, so I'll just skip. And there's the game. The Cleveland didn't actually get taken out. Time just ran out because the moss for some reason didn't want to go and spot her. Well, whatever. I mean, got my 5000 XP with our Confederate high caliber. 19 fires and 78 shell hits. That's pretty much 1 fire per 4 shell hits. I only fired HE, of course. 141k damage. 1671 base XP, much higher than anybody else on my team. Here's the damage. Wow. Half my damage is from fires. The other half is from direct HE hits. And here's the credits and the XP. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon for being very, very patient with me. Thank you very much for your continued support, Leops, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.